is Irontrader. This is midday trading. So we're going to take a look and see what crude oil is doing, natural gas, and then one of my favorite trades is NVDA. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, selling stock, commodity, ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have crude oil on 5-minute chart, and we have UCO 5-minute chart here. Okay, now it's been really good trading. UCO got as low here today as 32.36. I didn't get the low here. I got in at 32.45, and it got as high as 32.91. I got out at a little bit shy of that. I got out at 32.82. So that was so far was a really good trade. Now here you look on the 5-minute chart, you can see where you just had the big sell-off here all the way down. And then it just kind of like all these series of higher lows. This is how you want to stay long with the trade, okay? So why you want to do that is because you're above this 8-day. See how you're following that 8-day and then that 21-day, okay? So now she came right on down. So now I'm just going to see how this is all going to shake out. So here's the UCO deal. Okay, so it came down here, then you retested it, and then it was a really good trade here all the way through, okay? So UCO is one of my favorite because it's very, very easy to get in and get out. But the key to it is you got to be patient. So always look for patterns like this, but never just chart the UCO, okay, because that's an ETF. You always want to use the crude oil also here because that always is what you really want to chart, the actual commodity. So if you're trading gold or you're trading silver, okay, say example, you're trading gold and you're trading the GLD. Always chart the actual gold commodity and then the GLD. Same way with crude here and then your UCO. Never just count on just the UCO here, these ETFs here, okay? So always chart the actual commodity. So far, this is some really good trading. Now I'm going to see what's going to happen here at the 81.28. If we get a retest on that, and then here on the UCO, if we get a retest here on the top of this candle here at, let me see here, at 32.91, are you going to break up? Then you can go all the way here to 33.20 here very, very easily here, okay? So if you're trading these, just put one on top of the other, and it makes life a lot easier. Okay, let's take a look here at a daily and a weekly of crude oil. Okay, here we have your daily and your weekly. Okay, so here's what we got going here. You can see where you had this double top situation, came down, held that 21-day, ran up, and you put a topping tail in here. You never want to see this, okay? And then what it is, it closed below that 8-day. That's always a kiss of death. Then yesterday what we had is like an indecision candle between your 8-day and your 21-day. Now you can see there was no indecision here. It just cracked below. Once it cracks below yesterday's low, now I did scalp SCO on the short side there today. I got stopped out at 16 flat. So that was actually a good trade on the short. Now usually I don't trade the short this year, but this time of year, but I can see, you know, it's a great tell. Once you're below that 8 and you get below that 21-day, get right in here because I thought maybe the 100-day, but I just kept on watching it, and then I just held that scalp, put a stop loss in there, boom. SCO on the shorty, good trade here so far. So today's low here, we got as low as 80.22, okay? So realistically, what you are is you're right here, all this level here, okay? So when you look at this 80.30 here, and then you have 80.23, and you have your 80.18, this is where the support level here it was, okay? So again, if that is lost here, then what we're gonna do is we're gonna look to the top of this candle here. You're looking at 88.01, but realistically, you're looking here at that 50-day at 79.44, and that 200-day right below it at 79.05, okay? Now, what this really has to do on a closing basis is you need to close above this 80.61. That's going to be very, very critical because what it is right here, you look at that 80.62, see that's the neckline. See that? Left shoulder, your head, and your right shoulder, that right there is a neckline. So this is what you want to really close above, which lines up very, very nicely with the 100-day simple moving average. So we got to see how this all shakes out. However, always be very, very careful because now we have that series of lower lows and lower highs. That's never good. And we here look here, the green cross below the red. That's a sell signal, okay? RSI is coming on down here. So we got to see how this is all going to shake out. So again, watch this key level, that 80.61, very, very key. And then watch, obviously, today's low, that 80.20 level. And then you can come right down here to pretty much 80 flat. But then you're looking right here at that 79.44. That's going to be very, very key support level here. Okay, so if we look here on a weekly chart, well, it's pretty much the same thing here. Okay, so when you look at here, you see you have that 80.66 where you're just right above it. And then we have your 80.03, and then we have your 79.96, your 8 SMA here. Then we have your 100 SMA at 79.25. So you need to hold all this here by Friday. Otherwise, this is definitely going to go a lower situation. So let's just see what we have here. But this has been really good scalping here, which, is always good. So a little bit on the shorty, and then now here on the long side. And I'm going to see if I can get right back into the trade again. But what I'm watching is this 100 SMA here on a closing basis. Okay, that is very, very key. Now, on the upside, well, we have right here, we have this target here. You got 80.81. You're sitting at 80.97, so you're just above it right now. But realistically, right here, that 21 SMA, 80.70, that is very, very crucial. And this 8 SMA here, okay? This is very, very key, 82.23. But now you can see how this 8 SMA is rolled over here. Now, I'm not going to say this is extreme bearish because that 8-day has not crossed that 21-day yet. But if it keeps going like this, that's never good, okay? This is what you get, okay? When that 8-day crosses over, you get to the downside. When it crosses above, this is what you get, okay? So just watch. 2 key levels there today is going to be that 100 SMA, 80.61 on a closing basis, and then watch that 21-day 81.70 there on a closing basis. Don't forget that API report will be out today at 4:30. Okay, let's take a look here and see what's going on with natural gas. Okay, here we have natural gas on an hourly chart and a 4-hour chart. Now you can see here where she just falling right off the old map. However, now what you got is you got that low of 2.14. And I'll show you exactly why I went there when we get to the daily chart. Okay, but you're riding down to the bottom, and then we put in a higher low here of 2.15. Okay, so that could be a possible double bottom here and a reversal. So we got to see how this is all going to shake out. But you do have a lot of resistance up here, okay? You got that 2.23, you got the 2.26 level here, and then you got the 2.31. But if we can start getting above all this, then we can reverse this trend, okay? See that trend, that downtrend like that? Once you start getting above that, then we can start using all this area here, these price channels, then as resistance levels here, if we have a double bottom situation. So let's watch this very, very closely here, because right now it's a double bottom. We got to see if it's going to hold. Okay, so your 4-hour chart, well, pretty much the same thing, just a little bit bigger picture, but we're holding there right now. But again, we have to see how this is going to shake out here. You got to get above the 8-day. You're just above that, and the next is going to be that 21-day. Very, very key. And then we have that 50-day, and then maybe possibly even up to that price channel at 2.35. So we got to see how this is all going to shake out here. But don't have no opinion here. If you lose that 2.14, obviously you're going lower, but maybe that double bottom will hold and we can go up higher. Okay, let's take a look here on a daily and a weekly. Okay, here we have your daily and a weekly. Now you can see here where the price is sitting there right now. Natural gas real time 2.20, and we are above right here, this 2.17, which you want to get it back above. And we are back above here, right here at 2.19. So we're just above that. That's going to be very, very key level here come Friday, because you want to hold that. If not, then we can figure out exactly where we're going to go to the bottom there. Okay. So when we look at here at today's low here, we had a 2.149. Yesterday you had 2.147 here. So we have just a little bit higher low. So all you have to do is just look to the left of the chart here. See this? 2.14. That's it. Okay. That's your support level. Now, again, if that's lost here, then we're going to come right to the top of this candle. Okay. You're looking at that. That's 2.09. Okay. So that's what you're going to be looking at next if that is lost. And then we just follow the candles down here. Okay. So what we have is 2.05 here. Okay. Then we have 2.01. We'll have 2 flat. And then we'll come over here. There is your 2 flat. And then we have 1.97, and then we'll come to the bottom there at 1.92. But realistically, that 1.9, that is your big target, because that's your gap. Okay, here's your fill at 1.67, but that is your gap. And a lot of times the price wants to come down to the gap. Now, so far today, we just have a higher low, which is always good. So now we can see maybe it can run right back up here. So what you're looking for here, today's high so far got 2.21, okay? So then we're looking for next here is 2.24, and then you're going to be looking for 2.26, okay? And then here's the big boy right here at 2.29. that is going to be very, very critical. But again, just like I say, when that price gets below that 8 SMA here, you're going sideways to down. It's just that simple until we can get above here. Now, it's going to be a matter of time here because now we're starting to ride the bottom here, almost like an oversold condition, but we got to see how this is all going to shake out. So you're not really oversold yet, but you're hanging right here at the bottom. Again, key level here on the downside is going to be right there, 2.19, right here, 2.17, and then 2.14. That is going to be very, very key. If not, you're going to go to that 2.09, 2.05, 2 flat, and possibly the 1.90. But if you can hold right here, 2.9, and you can hold this 2.17, then you got a good shot to get run up all the way here to that 2.29. Now, again, somehow this blasts up, you get above that. Well, here's your targets. Okay, 2.35 right here. You got 2.38, 2.44, and then 2.45. Your 200-day, that is your big ticket item. Okay, going on the ups. But that can only happen if you close above that 8 simple moving average. Now, UNG here didn't have much of a spread, 1461, 1484. I didn't scalp anything on the long or the short side here on the on natural gas here yet today, but I'm waiting to see if this 100 level and this 21-day here kind of hold, and then I'm watching that 8-day. So I've been jammed up there with the crude and with TQQ and Amazon and NVDA. It's a whole thing here, okay? So again, you're not missing any trade here, okay? Because until you close above that 8 SMA here, it's just going to be sideways to down. Just that simple. Okay, let's take a look here at NVIDIA. Okay, NVIDIA here has been wet and wild today. I mean, this is just a fantastic trade, okay? You got as low as 124.58 and as high as 129.04 here today, okay? So this has been really, really good. But let's just take a look here at the old chart, okay? So let's look at the upside here first. So what we're looking at here on the upside, now we lost the 21-day and the 8-day, now that becomes your resistant levels, okay? So you're looking at 127.67. Okay, that's key. And then right above it is we have 129 flat. Okay, if we can get above that, then what we do is we just follow the candles up here. Okay, so what do you got? You got 131.39. Okay, you got 131.92, and then we can come right up here. You got 133.82, 135.10, and then right here is your 136.15. You say, well, why did it stop right here? All you got to do is look to the left of the chart here. Okay, so that was your resistance, 136.33. And you got as high as 136.15. Now, again, a lot of times it's not going to go directly up there, but always look to the left. That's your resistance. You break above that, then you got 140.76. You break above that, you're going to 150. Just that simple. So let's look at the downside here, okay? So now we want to look at today's low, that 124.58, okay? So if that is lost there, then what we can do is we just look right to the left of the chart, okay? So then we want to look here all the way down here to 121.36. We want to look here at 121.03, and then right here at 118.83, and then right here, okay, this is at 118.04, okay? So that's what you're looking at right there, that price channel, 118.04. If that is lost, okay, we can follow the candles down, but realistically, you're going right there. 114.45, that's going to be the key level. Now, we look here on the weekly chart. Well, you got to watch this 8 day. See this 124.28, today's low, got down to 124.58, so we're just above it, okay? So this is going to be key here. Always watch that weekly. Very, very crucial because you got your 8, your 21-day, your 50-day. Now, this chart here is still very, very bullish because everything is bottom left, upper right, okay? Now, remember, their earnings are coming out here on the 28th of August. Yeah, I know it's a little bit of ways away, but what you want to do, I'm a long-term holder of this, and also I trade this bad boy every day, 2, 3, 4 times, okay? Because it's got the movement. This here and stocks like Tesla, those are always my favorite. Big volume, big movement, boom. That's how you want to have it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so what you want to watch on the upside, just watch that 127.68, very, very key. And watch this here, this 129 now 01, okay? If you get above, we can follow the candles all the way on up here, but you got to get back above that, okay? On the downside, just watch today's low. That's that 124.58. Then we can follow the candles all the way down. But realistically, there's your target at 118.04. That's lost. Here's your target, 114.05. 45. Now, there are gaps in here if this is low. Now, I don't think this is going to get hammered right now, but like in the fall, you got to be very, very cautious here where you go September, October. That's always just, it's hammer time. So, speaking of that, what you always want to do is watch these gaps, okay? So, here's that 106.94. There's your gap. Then look to the top of this candle, 106.48, okay? 106.94, there's your gap. There's your fill. Then look to the bottom here, okay? 101.52. And then the top there, 96.02. Okay, gap, fill, gap, fill. Not now, not tomorrow, but eventually these gaps and these fills will get filled. Okay, it's just that simple. Okay, so for right now, watch this 8 SMA on a closing basis. Very, very key. If that's lost, we know where it's going. Upside, watch that 21 day, watch that 8 SMA. Okay, that's what I got for you. And I'll be back here after midday trading, and we'll go and see what crude oil is doing and what natural gas is doing. So, but remember, watch that double bottom here on that natural gas at that 214. That might be a tell here. That might just say we're going to get a little reversal there. And then crude oil here, always watch that 21 day on the upside here and that 8 day. Very, very key levels there on the upside. On the downside, watch that 100 SMA. Okay, thanks for watching.